salutations, and all those good things. I am Celestial Saturn, and today we're playing a game that I've actually been waiting for a while, called Slay the Princess. While I haven't played the demo myself, I did see a couple of YouTubers play it, and I really wanted to try it out for myself. But I just, never had the time to go and get the demo. So I decided to just wait for the game to come out. Basically, you have a choice. Slay the princess or don't slay the princess. And there's different outcomes that happen, and things are like slightly different every time you do a playthrough of it. So I wanted to play it for myself. It finally came. Okay. I think she's tired of me trying to give exposition. So I think we should just go ahead and play the game because I did not see that one coming. Alright, let's start. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
And of course, I do know, somewhat of what's about to happen. But honestly, my question is, how did they get the princess? Explorer, the end of the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, doesn't it? Yeah. Have you considered that the turn of events is the reason that she decided to end the world?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Okay, so she's locked up because she is dangerous, but how did she become dangerous? I need to learn a bit more backstory on the princess, please.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Yeah, you think you know me. We're gonna go round and round if you decided to act like this.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
So, correlation does not equal causality?
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Was the egg sat on by a toad? Because that's how you get a cockatrice.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Yeah, have you considered that I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Sweet, I always wanted to offer Monarch. Viva la revolution. You know what? If we slay the princess, we save the world. If the princess is let go, the world will end. What if we just don't go to the princess?
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave?
Yes.
Do you even know where you're going?
Don't care. Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Nope.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
I mean, us being inactive is still a choice that results in her not being saved.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Says you.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Fine, we'll go in.
That's great to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude to princess slaying, I think this will all resolve splendidly.
Uh-huh.
A warning before you go any further.
Yes?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
That sounds like an average girlfriend.
Fortunately, she's only a princess, whereas you are a valiant and talented warrior. It'll be easy, so long as you stay focused.
Mm-hmm.
We can't just go through with this and listen to him. She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Exactly. Let's go to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
There are so many different ways that I could think of to slay a princess, since I can only say that in the most family-friendly way. Including those those table legs. Fine, we'll take it.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Ooh. That ain't a princess's voice, that's a queen.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Like I said.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
What she look like?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
I mean, yes, you're adorable, but most psychos are cute.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
Never drop the blade. I will hold it and stay outside of that chain's reach.
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Right. Tighten that grip, because I don't trust you
You ignore
like
the
that.
trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Honestly, I love a woman who's this damn confident.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Woman, I will sit here and play Parcheesi with you until one of us starves. Okay? I have nowhere else to be. You have nowhere else to be. We can sit here and do this all night.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Cut them legs.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
You know what? We're just gonna go ahead and just slay her, and then next run we will do everything in our power not to slay her.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
She fights back. That is awesome. And the fact that we have a monster hand makes me think that the world ending is not really the world ending, it's their world ending.
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
Damn, that's wife material.
It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing.
Compliment that punch.
Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Fuck that shit.
Are you serious? It's a good idea. We've taken some bad hits, but we've dealt some too. She has to be feeling it more than we are. Let's regroup upstairs. If we're lucky, maybe she'll just bleed out. Fine. You make a mad dash to the basement stairs, the princess's chains rattling as she tries to chase you, but pulling taut much too soon for her to catch up.
Do you really think you can just walk out of here?
She steps towards you, ignoring her chains.
She's gonna rip her arm off?
They creak and strain as she pulls against them until finally they break. The links clatter to the floor, useless.
Did you kidnap the daughter of All Might?
She's free. Hurry. You push your broken body as she closes in and just barely manage to pass the threshold of the basement doorway before she catches up to you. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier.
If there is a way to marry the vicious, confident one, let's go for it.
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
This is when you close the door, go up onto the roof, and lay low.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forget it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Go ahead.
I wouldn't be so sure about outlasting you. You're so brittle. So go ahead, rest. Do whatever you think will help you be prepared. But know that I'm coming for you. And that when I find you, I will make you hurt.
If Princess Peach ever went evil.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped. and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
Uh-huh.
Where is she?
Thanks
Oh,
for helping me get out of
shit.
that awful basement.
Okay, that one got me. That one got me. Poltergeist.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach.
Poltergeist.
Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
I mean, no.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
I mean, sure, but can you make it a fun way to go? I'm not asking for much, maybe just like a minute. You're crazy, but you probably are a good ride.
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Like, the screen that has my recording is tilted, so it looks like a completely different character whenever I look at the recording. Creepy.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
I hope my roommate doesn't come in here watching me play this game.
What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Nah, come on, you bug-eyed bitch.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
And I call you a bitch with my last breath.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
Uh-huh.
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is.
Should I take the headphones off? I think I need to take the headphones off.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
I don't trust the dark. Okay. Chapter 2, The Nightmare.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Alright then.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Also, like, in this game, the more times you play, the different the princess will look. So it will kind of influence how you behave with the princess. So I'm curious on what she's going to look like now, but I'm also going to do the question. Yeah. But I die. How the hell am I here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
Uh-huh.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh! What if he hears us?
Voice of the paranoid.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit! I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did happen. Why would I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Mm-hmm.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Okay.
Oh, we listened to you, all right. Worst decision of our incredibly short life. We tried to slay her, we really did, but she was going to kill us. It was either lock her in the basement or let her finish beating us to death.
True.
No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right.
Nah, I'm still gonna fuck it up.
And your solution is to send us back in there? Do you want us to slay the princess, or do you want the princess to slay us?
Exactly.
Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't.
And it's the narrator.
Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Of course my actions had consequences. I listened to you.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. Sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Exactly.
Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working. And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
Well, that is a big theory right there. Because if there is like a multiverse theory, and a lot of people have had the Mandela effect happen to them, i.e. Bear-Stein Bears versus Bear-Stein Bears, and about Nelson Mandela, the thing is that one theory is possible that when you have a death or a near-death experience, is actually your mind transferring into the consciousness of a version of you that did not die at that point, which turned it into a near-death experience. So you slowly accumulate all these experiences and stuff, but you notice that the world around you is slightly different. Eventually you get used to it and everything, and then when another near-death experience happens, you transfer to the next body in line. But that also begs the question of what was your original timeline, what was your original universe, and would you be able to remember it? Because this will also pose the fact, an interesting thing about like remembering quote unquote past lives. So it's interesting. I would love to think about that. And then the time paradox theory, that you went and did something that you're not supposed to do, which ended up being rewound and undone back to the beginning of that decision. I know there was a manga that had a story that was like this, that one person got killed and then the entire day restarted, and it was up to the main character to figure out why that kept happening, and it turns out she's the reason why, because in the future she kind of does a lot of messed up stuff that causes that person's life to be miserable, and it's their son coming back to kill them. So since we know like the princess is supernatural and everything, are we technically her son sent back to kill her, which would undo our own existence, which would undo her slaying?
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
Now we gotta find a way to end you.
If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us?
Exactly.
I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
Yeah, let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
To quote you from last time, she's just a princess. How can you just possibly justify saying that when she's clearly something far, far worse?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin and you'll be fine.
Bullshit. Alright then, who locked her?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
I will. What path? What woods? What people? What did she do to get those people to lock her into a basement and then contract us to kill her? If people locked her away, why wouldn't they slay her? or drop some poison in that bitch.
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
No, it don't have to be. Pick somebody else. I didn't volunteer for tribute.
You can't just goad us into doing something by calling us special. It's manipulative. Why are you trying to manipulate us?
Thank you.
I don't know, I kinda like being special.
You shut up.
Okay, fine. Maybe you can goad him into doing something, but he's not even the one who makes the decisions here.
True.
I'm not goading you into doing anything. You already know the princess is dangerous. All I'm trying to say is that you have to be the one to deal with her. I know it doesn't seem fair, but that's just the way it is.
This thought process is just making everything worse.
And for what it's worth, I know you have it in you to finish the job. We don't. You saw what happened to us last time. We need to leave.
I'll save those for another run.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Uh-huh. Alright, let's go to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Uh-huh.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
That's for damn sure.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Let's go to the cabin. But this time we're gonna go in without the knife.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
That is not inviting.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Oh, how did I not notice that? In the windows, things are watching.
Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time.
Exactly.
It's just an empty frame.
Hmm?
She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
Yeah, so those are all the different versions of the princess watching us.
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done.
I don't care. I want to see what happens if we look in the mirror.
So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Sure. Thank you. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Uh-huh. Wipe it.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Ass.
Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Yes. Did I accidentally go onto the right path to figure out what the hell the narrator's doing? Yeah, this is different.
Very different. I'm not the only one who sees her in the window, right? She knows that we're here.
And technically it's windowless because there's no window frame or glass. Would we be able to jump out the window?
Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died. You certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Unfortunately, I'm taking the blade again because this is unnerving.
You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Uh-huh.
Good. Steel can't lie to us. Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know. better than a knife? Could we have a bomb?
That would be great.
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself.
I lost faith as soon as I walked into this thing.
Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
Yep, famous last words. Let's go.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness.
What the fuck is this? I don't remember seeing this in the demo.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes.
I don't like the eyes either.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, so we're going down this route with this one.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
This right here seems to think. We'll continue down in silence.
You make your way to the bottom of the
What's
stairs.
gonna happen?
As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones, visible against the inky black of the basement, mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
Okay.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
That is true.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is?
It is very weird.
No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you.
I have never said that I'm the voice of reason. The day I am the voice of reason, we should all panic.
Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
But we gotta choose left or right.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
I hate the sing-songy way you did that. Alright, let's go left.
You turn to the left. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb.
Okay.
Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
Uh-huh. Creepy doll.
There has to be a way out of this. Think! Think!
I'm sorry?
What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
Mm-hmm. Cool, though.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Loud as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt.
Yeah, that freaking scared me.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing? I'm working! Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death.
Okay, so I need all these different versions of me to help.
Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead, even if you look ridiculous.
Alright, your wraith.
She isn't attacking us.
Because
Why?
we're not attacking her.
The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission.
Nope, I'm talking to this version.
Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late.
What happened after you killed me last time?
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then... well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too.
Okay.
I don't think I can live without you, and dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
I want to leave too. I like that he's keeping that. And if I let you out, what then? Do we go our separate ways?
Definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free.
So we indirectly got to a version of it where we're actually getting some exposition.
Don't worry. I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
You're crazy, but I need to know. Okay, so if you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down
I am
thing?
what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Okay. I'm not doing any of this. I'm not helping you. I'm not going to try to kill you, toss the blade, and remain in the nightmare. You know what? Let's go.
What? No!
We going together.
I need you to come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
Come on, ride or die.
I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and, shit.
Whoops.
With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
Hey, I'm taking Crazy with me.
Go ahead. I'll be right behind you.
That's right. We go first.
Trust having our back to her. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the feedback. Just focus on keeping us alive. Right. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Besides, I get the feeling she's telling the truth. She needs us alive.
Yep.
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Alright, let's go.
You place a shaky foot on the first step and begin your ascent from the basement. You can feel the static prickling of the princess on your neck, your limbs buzzing with pins and needles, an uncomfortable and constant reminder that you exist, and that your existence is so very precarious.
I love this.
You're almost there.
Alright.
The only thing left between you and the cabin is the now shut door to the basement. It would be a real shame if it had locked behind
We're
you.
jimmying the bitch open.
Oh, you snake. There wasn't even a door when we first got here. The door was from last time. I told you we shouldn't trust him.
Hey, paranoid. Keep with the mantra.
I know he's messing with us, but you can't lose your cool. We need you right now. Remember?
That's right.
Yes, I remember. Of course I remember. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. This is so frustrating. Heart. Thank you. And you? You'd really rather us die down here than let her out? Of course I would. As much as I want you to have a happy ending, the fate of the world is a little more important, and you still have a weapon. You can still make this right.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver,
Try the door.
Oh, look at that. It's locked.
lungs,
What a relief for the world.
nerves, heart,
It'll open. You just have to give it a tug.
All right, try the door.
You pull against the door. The lock gently clicks open in response to your effort, and the door creaks on its hinges. This isn't right. That's not even the way it's supposed to swing. It's supposed to swing out.
Uh-huh. I don't...
You're not nearly as powerful as you'd have us think, are you?
Oh.
Anyways, like he said, you're not really in control here, are you? I never said I was. If I was in control here, why would I need you to slay her?
Because you're the one that she's gonna kill.
I don't know. Secret reasons?
The door is open. What are you dawdling for? It's time for us to go. The world is waiting.
The princess moves past you into the cabin. This is it. This is your final moment to make things right. Kill her!
No, I want to see what she can
I
do.
thought you wanted us to slay her. It's the same thing. Do it. Do it now. Do it now, or everything is over. Okay, what do we do? I said, what do we do?
I say we don't.
Oh, do you want to hear from me now? Yes. Well, I thought you needed me to run the autonomic nervous system. We do, but this is important. Look, I'll even do it myself. Just tell us who to trust. Brain? Heart. Right, heart.
Lungs, liver, nerves.
Lungs. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Okay, thanks. I got it. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. You're terrible at this. I know. I'm doing my best.
What are you doing?
Whoops.
Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Finally, I can talk. Now, what were you asking me? Running everything kind of feels like popping in and out of consciousness. It's easy to lose track of things. Lungs. They were asking you for your blessing to trust me.
Hell no.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, fuck this guy. Don't trust him.
Paranoid, you my guy.
Really? So you'd have them trust her? Oh, of course not. Can't trust anybody here but ourselves, but I guess that leaves us back where we started, doesn't it?
Come on, we're so close.
I suppose if I had to make a choice, I'd pick the one that doesn't make our organs shut down. Thank you for your gracious show of support. But that's a marginal preference. We'll have to deal with him later. I'd just rather deal with him while our organs are intact.
Understood.
Whatever. You heard what he had to say, so whether you trust me or not, killing her is still the best, nay, the only option you have worth taking. Alright, I'm done. You can let me take over again. Finally, that was awful. I really don't know how you do it.
She's getting mad, but this is cool.
You've been standing there staring blankly for a while now, and I have to say my patience is running a little thin. So don't make a lady wait any longer, okay? Open the door!
We're out, bitch. Let's go.
The doorknob twists in your hand, revealing the forested path beyond the cabin. You bastard. You've actually done it. You've actually doomed it.
It's so beautiful. I can't wait to ruin it.
I mean, this is our own fault because we turned her into this version of herself.
But it's so cold, too. It's itching against my skin.
The princess, exhausted, slumps to the ground.
lungs,
Why is it so cold?
You have no soul. Okay, then. You don't have an opportunity to respond. Something has taken her away and left something else in her stead.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
That is a good question. I don't know where she went, and I don't even know what we go about looking for her. The narrator's gone. I think we're supposed to look in the mirror.
Something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. It's calling us. And not in a good way.
Okay.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. I should feel better with her gone. But I don't.
And the narrator is gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended? Yeah. No voice needling us anymore. Feels good, but I also feel itchy. Cold.
Alright, approach
I'm
it.
begging you, don't do this.
That's the only option, my guy. The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. So, I inadvertently was able to finally see what I look like. I am beastly. You're alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
That is a good question. I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Eldritch horrors? Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is filled with sadness. A doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart.
Okay, so I know what I need to do for the next run.
Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Hold on. Evelyn, did you really just come and open my door? I'm playing this game and my door is open, but I know my door was fucking closed. My roommate is either my roommate has been in here or this game is even more cursed than I thought it was. the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But you are always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Oh my god. This is getting deep. I don't want to forget. Aren't you scared I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Okay. How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Well, I was sent to slay the princess and stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is this what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. Then we will be here forever, as we are now, unfinished, dry, hollow. She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Okay.
You won't.
Bring the nightmare to her. Hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
And at that cabin with that princess, we will come back. Okay? Saving right there. Well, this has been fun. It's almost been an hour. It almost doesn't really have to be edited. But I'm going to leave it here, and I'm definitely coming back to this. So stay tuned for the next one. I might actually just do a full run through. Will you stop being a little asshole?
How long has it been since you not noticed I was in the entire time?
For once you didn't stomp.
Because I was trying to tiptoe. I was literally standing here for the past.
No, I kept turning back and was calling out to you because I saw my door was open. And I know my door isn't usually open.